Hello, this is a behind-the-scenes screencast of our development workflow. It's easy for a developer to introduce a bug without knowing, so automated tests help find defects efficiently. The faster a developer learns that they've broken something, the sooner they can learn what has gone wrong and how to fix it. Kendraio app has two kinds of tests: unit tests and end-to-end tests. The unit tests verify that the smallest parts of the code behave as developers expect, and the end-to-end tests verify that the app behaves how end users would expect. These end-to-end tests can run existing flows and make new flows by clicking on buttons like an end user would and checking that the app appears as expected. Both testing systems use similar syntax and run in browser engines, but they use separate libraries and different test runners. This is a unit test for the mapping utility used by the mapping block. The unit tests are in the same directories as the code that they are testing. They use standard parts of the Angular toolchain. Angular's default test runner, Karma, runs the unit tests, which use the Jasmine library to provide the assertion syntax. These are the end-to-end tests that Cypress will run. They verify the app's behavior from an end user's perspective, simulating using the app like a user. An end-to-end test can use functionality from different systems at the same time. These integration tests are in the Cypress directory. Tests run on the developer's system, and later, after developers have pushed code up to GitHub, the tests run again as a GitHub action, so other developers can have quick feedback about the state of the work that they will help to review. As an example, I'll demonstrate things happily working, then I'll break something. I'll run a command that will start the server and run tests automatically. I've got the project README open. It has a few different commands for running tests, but I'll copy the serve and retest command to the terminal. There we go. The command has started the server and will run the tests when it's ready. To provide faster feedback, the retest command will rerun tests after I make file changes. Here we can see the Karma unit tests are loading, and they've passed. Now, the Cypress end-to-end tests are loading, and they've passed. The first unit test is for a utility function that provides UUID numbers. A universally unique ID is a number that's designed to be almost certainly unique without needing to track used numbers. Being able to generate a number to identify things uniquely without central planning can be really handy for tracking statistics, preventing duplicate user IDs, and all kinds of things. The mapping block can generate random UIDs and also non-random deterministic UIDs from strings. Deterministic UUIDs use a hashing function. For example, say you're running a contest for popular authors on Twitter and you want to count votes for both authors and books. You might use ISBN numbers for the books and Twitter handles for the authors. A hash-based UUID system can prevent duplicate identifiers without needing to have an extra place to look up IDs for each competing item, which is really handy. To make these hash-based UUIDs more distinct, we add a unique namespace code to the start of the string. By default, we use our app URL unless another namespace is provided. But if I paste grumpy cat emojis to the URL, that's not supposed to be there. The UUID function will no longer return the same expected result. Let's save the file. Okay, now the command we ran has detected the change and is rebuilding the app. Now you can see that my change broke the tests. Let's pretend that we didn't see that and see what the commit looks like on GitHub. I've opened the version control sidebar. I'm going to commit this change to the branch. Now I'll push the updated branch to GitHub. Then we can see what the commit log looks like when it's broken. This is a commit log. To see the new commit, I'm refreshing the page. Okay, there's the new commit. I want to see the GitHub actions for it, so I hover over the circle mark. We can see the actions running. The Vercel test build of the site is being deployed, and the regression tests are loading. I'll click on them to watch them run. We can see the GitHub action has tests loading up. The unit tests have revealed a test has failed. Next, the end-to-end tests are also showing an error. The crossmark status shows up here in the GitHub action. Let's go back to the commit log. We can see the crossmark here too. This makes it clear that this commit has a problem. We can also monitor the status of end-to-end tests in the Cypress dashboard. The dashboard tells us which commits have failed tests and what test failed, and it aggregates information like which failures happened the most. Let's look at the tests that failed. In the unit test, the mapping utility is called. We expect the UUID function to return a specific string, and the function no longer is. Let's see the end-to-end test. The nice thing here is that we can test an entire flow, which can be copy-pasted from a Kendraio app flow, and we can make assertions about it. Here, we have the code of a flow that uses a mapping block with a debug block to see the end result. Cypress waits for the debug block to output a particular string, and the assertion times out because Cypress can't find the string required. As well as being able to run flow code, we have tests that add a mapping block and click on the same buttons that an end user would. Let's revert our change and push the updated branch to GitHub. Now we can see everything is green and happy again. That's all for now. I hope this was informative. Thanks for watching.